CFC Fan TV, and me and Charles have been going through a potential lineup for next season, and we think we've put out a pretty good team, if it all comes off, as I would like to say.
I'm not saying this is going to be Chelsea's team next season, but it's just with the different transfer news flying about, what we know about Sarri, and potential outgoings. This is a potential lineup next season.
So don't hurt us if we haven't put the right people in it, players in it rather.
Direct all hate mail.
That's fine. I get a lot of it anyway. So in goal, I'm assuming providing Courtois leaves. Alisson you've gone for, which I know Rory is quite excited about this prospect.
Yeah, well look, I mean, I think Courtois will leave Chelsea. He's, as per usual, he's talking about leaving Chelsea.
See you later then.
In the aftermath of the World Cup, I think he'll go to Real Madrid, and I think Chelsea will let him go if they can secure the services of Alisson from Roma, who is one of the most in-demand keepers in the world. Liverpool are also interested in him. Obviously, they're looking for a new keeper because their keeper is Karius, and
sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It's really mean, isn't it?
I think Courtois' time at Chelsea, look, he was fantastic during the World Cup. He was the best keeper at the World Cup, I thought, by quite a long way. And, well, apart from Jordan Pickford. But I think, look, it looks like his time at Chelsea's done, and I think Chelsea will let him go. They recognise that might be the case, and they will let him go if they can get Alisson.
Okay, great. Then we're going to go into our back four. Azpilicueta Dave is obviously in there because, I mean, he's a ledge.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's a slightly difficult season for him, I think, Azpilicueta, because he's been playing on the right of a back three very, very well for the past 2 years. I mean, he's been certainly our best defender over the course of the 2 years.
Yeah.
He hasn't played full-back for a long time. We know Sarri plays 4-3-3. We're not going to be seeing a back three from Maurizio Sarri. I think you've got to get Azpilicueta in there somewhere, because I think he's the better, well, arguably the best defender at the club, and this is where he naturally fits. So.
Okay, then you've got Regani and Rudiger.
Yeah, Daniel Regani is well known as one of Sarri and Chelsea's top targets. I think Sarri's immediately looking to shore up the defence a little bit. Regani's not, he's a young player as well, but he's already won 3 Serie A titles, and I think that it's well known he's one of Chelsea's top targets, and I think that if we do get him, he'll be looking to play. Yeah. Antonio Rudiger, I thought, was our best signing of last season. Not that was particularly hard, but I think he really grew in stature.
Yeah, because he wasn't a fan favourite at the start, I remember.
I say in stature, the geezer's huge, but like the just in terms of his influence on the team, I felt like he was one of the ones that grew into the season, and even when we were playing badly, horrifically in fact, he was kind of one of our better players, and he was absolutely brilliant in the cup final. Yeah. So for that, I'm going to start him on this side. And
then lastly, Emerson.
Yeah, look, I mean, I am a huge fan of Marcos Alonso. I think he adds so much going forwards in the team. He always pops up with a goal. I do think that he's not a natural left back in terms of playing a back four.
I don't know if I'd agree with you on this one, but this is Charles' show today, so I'm gonna.
It's both of our shows. Both of our shows. Come on,
let Charles go ahead. I'm not sure if I agree with you, but okay.
Well, I think defensively, Alonso has found wanting a little bit too often to be playing in a back four. I prefer him in a wing back role. I think he can be a hugely valuable squad member if we were to change things up. But I feel like out of the left backs of the club, I think Emerson would potentially do that job better.
Okay. Then the midfield, which I'm actually really excited about, and I do like this. You've gone with Jorginho, Kante, and Loftus-Cheek, which I'm sure a lot of fans would agree with.
Well, look, I think Kante and Jorginho is an absolute no-brainer. I mean, they're arguably the two most crucial players in the side, barring Eden Hazard. Obviously, you can't say that about Jorginho yet, but in terms of Sarri's system, we know that Jorginho is the one that makes it tick. The other midfield position is very, very much up for grabs. You could, if Bakayoko finds form and plays like he did, quite a few times last season. He obviously we all know he struggled. It goes without saying that he struggled, and it's a disappointing year for him. But
he had some good moments, especially if Atletico Madrid away.
He did play well at certain times. So look, if he gets into a vein of form, he can make that spot his own. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I'd love to see stay in the squad. I'd love to see him be a big part of Chelsea's next team next year. I think it'd be great for us to bring a young kid through like that. Be one in the eye for people who say that we don't do anything to to help bring through our youngsters. So I'd love to see him there. But you know, we've got other midfielders at the club, Ross Barkley's Annie Drinkwater as well. But so I think that spot's really up for grabs. But I'd love to see Loftus-Cheek step up and make it his own.
Okay. Then front three, you've gone for Golovin, Higuain, and Hazard. Now, this is providing Hazard is because we've already said that we think. Well, Charlie's already said that he thinks that he may depart. But this is your potential, your ideal.
Yeah, well, look, I want Eden Hazard to stay at Chelsea. I'm desperate for Eden Hazard to stay at Chelsea. This is just a potential lineup for next season, and I don't think it's certain he leaves for Real Madrid. I mean, in the last video, I had to give a yes/no answer whether he stays. I'd possibly not, but I think for the purposes of this lineup, I think that Eden Hazard would be wonderful in this system. We know he's so key to the club going forward, and we also know the other two new names in there. We know that Chelsea are interested in Gonzalo Higuain. They're willing to kind of trade Alvaro Morata for him.
Is Higuain how you say it then?
Higuain.
Higuain, yeah, okay, yeah, cool.
What? How did I say it?
You said Higuain.
Higuain, yeah.
Yeah, and I said Higuain.
Oh yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, very different ways of saying things.
As per usual.
Why didn't you correct me earlier?
Well, you know, the video will be 20 minutes long if I correct everything wrong you said, so.
Oh, how rude. God, Charlie's in a bad mood today. Go on then.
I'm not. How well he's going to work in England, I'm not so sure. I think...
How old's he?
30, I think. And or certainly around that age. We know Higuain's not a young player. It's not a signing that I'm mega excited about, but it's a name that we keep seeing cropping up. And if Sarri likes him and wants him as his number 9, then fair enough. And we all know that Morata would happily go back to Italy, so it might be a signing that works out well. And Golovin, we know, is a big target. Willian is a target for a couple of teams. Barcelona have made a couple of bids for Willian. 55 million plus five in add-on, so 60 million was the latest bid that Chelsea rejected. I think they'll look to get someone in before they let him go. And whether Golovin is ready to take a starting role, I'm not so sure, but it's just because I think Willian will be off, and Golovin is a player that I know Chelsea want.
Yeah, a lot of new names in there. Okay, guys, comment below. What would you like our first team to look like next season? Do you agree with Charles? I disagree with him on many of those, actually.
And many other things as well.
Many other things, day and night. Okay, guys, comment below, and if you like this video, please click the subscribe button. Go on, you Blues.